Good morning, everyone. Laura Johnson here. I'm just wanting to just first of all start off by saying thank you to all you that have are attending today. I know your time's valuable and appreciate you taking a little time out of your day to join us here. Got a really nice treat for you today. We got Tim Swoboda on the line from SILAC. Gonna just do a brief overview on SILAC. We've got Mike Heraty from Credit Suisse with us as well, and really special presentation coming from him today. Really gonna dive into the Raven Pack, look at all the mechanics behind it, and you're gonna hear from one of the experts over there. So really excited for all of you to have the opportunity to hear from Mike. So first, you get to listen to me for just a couple minutes. I've abbreviated what I'll talk about this morning, so hopefully it'll go pretty quickly. Just a reminder that I will be throwing up a couple poll questions, two prior to the gentleman speaking, and then one at the end. Quicker we answer those, the quicker we get to keep moving. So, for those of you who don't know me, Laura Johnson again here at IMES. Been on, with IMES for 14, 15, I don't know, 16 years now all together. Did a lot of time on the admin side, been on the sales side for 6 to 7 years now. So, um, anytime you need help on the annuity side, give me a call. I'm happy to help. So, with that, just going to jump through a few quick slides on IMES. For those of you who are new to IMES, maybe considering joining IMES, we've got our new producer bonus available. This becomes available for you when you get contracted at the very beginning and lasts for 180 days, 6 months. So as you can see, we got 5 different tiers based on the production you're writing. In those first 6 months, you can qualify for, as you can see, some really great options. I mean, from paying for seminars to paying for radio to getting preset appointments to getting large amounts of marketing dollars. I mean, really great option here. And really, the way we view this is off those first pieces of business, really, I'm partnering with you and being that partner to help with the marketing. So we really think it's very important. And once you do cash out on your new producer bonus, we do move you into a marketing reimbursement program. This program, for every 100,000 of indexed annuity premium, you're going to get $100 in a marketing account. For every 10,000 of life target premium, we're going to go ahead and put $200. And for every 100,000 of single premium life would also get you 200. So really the goal here is that all the business you're writing is just going to be continuously building marketing dollars. I always use this, but I had a lady been doing business with me now for a couple of years, 4 or 5 years, 4 years maybe now. Called me the other day. She's never used her marketing dollars, and she had thousands and thousands of dollars in that marketing account. I mean, over $5,000, $6,000 of marketing dollars just sitting there. So, really great way to build that marketing assistance up. Also, we do have a referred producer program. If you guys been in the business any length of time, referrals are important to you, equally important to us. The best lead is one that comes from a referral from one of my agents. So, um, when your referral gets appointed with us, that's $50 for you. When they write their first piece of business, an extra $100. And then going forward on all the business they write, as you can see on the screen, you're going to get a little bit of a kickback on the business they're writing on the life and the annuity side. So we think this is really important. It's our way to say thank you. Now I will tell you, this does not come out of their commission. This doesn't come out of your commission. This is IMES just saying thank you for the referral. So really great way to earn some extra money. We send these checks out quarterly, and I see these checks when they go out. They're pretty good size. So again, good way to get a little bit of kickback without having to take on the responsibility of a downline agency. Part of our name, Insurance Agency Marketing Service. I always hint on that or emphasize that service part because that's what we're in the field to be number one at. We're not looking to be the biggest FMO. We're looking to be number one when it comes to service. That means, first of all, picking up the phone every time you call. If you haven't called IMES, try it after the meeting. We will answer that phone within 2 rings. So you're going to get a live person every time you call. You're not going to be talking to voicemails or automated services. We're going to do all the front end work, case design, helping you get what you need to get your training done, making sure you're compliant to write business. And then Amber and her team do a phenomenal job from submission to commission support. That's scrubbing your app, that's submitting your app, following up on that app every 3 to 5 business days, chasing down the money from the different transferring companies. If we can take that off your plate, that keeps you in the field doing what you do best. and then partnering with you on your marketing. Being your partner is what we want to be, and that means helping with, and we'll talk a little more about the marketing stuff here in a second, but design stuff, logo, building, helping you build your business. I mean, I always tell my agents, if I can help you grow your business, then I'm growing mine. So we think that's important. And then we are insurance bay as well. So we do have paperless contracting, really easy process to get appointed with carriers without having to do more paperwork every single time. We also are excited to have Firelight on our website. So regardless if you're writing SILAC or Athene or Allianz, you have a one single sign in to our website and you can do e-apps with all of them. We think that's really important. I don't know about you, but I hate remembering my passwords to all the different websites. So knowing that I can go to one spot, sign in, have access to all these different carriers, it makes it really easy. The other nice thing is that when you submit an app through our website on Firelight, it actually comes to our office first. So we can call the home office and verify your training so that we can do a double check on suitability for you and kind of run a set of eyes through that app for you before it goes over to the home office. So if you have any trouble getting registered for Firelight, have any questions, give myself or any of the marketers here at IMES a call and we can assist you. I mentioned our marketing team. Jacob and his team on the creative side do a great job for agents. I mean, maybe you're new to the business, need a logo design and a website, and you want to start, just the initial stuff, up to maybe you're looking to do an in depth email marketing campaign, social media. Maybe you need or want to do a newsletter, postcard mailing. All that design work can be done here internally at IMES. So if you got a project you'd like to get on their to do list, give your marketer at IMES a call, talk with them about it. They can connect you with the right designer to handle whatever your needs are. I always say that their services aren't free, but there's no cost if you're doing your business here at IMES. So, wealth management. For those of you who don't know, we do have an RIA here in this office. Charles Jr. and his team do a great job for our advisors. That DOL was hanging over our head 5, 6, I don't know, years ago now, and it's still there today. And we decided it was time that we needed to join this side. So, well, IMES Wealth Management been around for 4 or 5 years. Got a ton of advisors over there. We really built it though for the insurance producer. I always tell people you go into a house and you got a client with $500,000. Well, SILAC's probably only going to be able to take about 300, 350 of that. What are you going to do with that remainder money? Because if you're not doing something, you're just allowing another advisor to potentially take over that client for you. So we think it's really important. And I'm going to mention two parts of this program. I'm going to throw a poll question up while I do it. Number one, we've got for those of you who are 65 registered CFP, we can get you registered, no problem. But we got those people who don't really want to get their license, have no desire. Maybe they're at the end of their career and they're just kind of coasting to the end. Well, we do have a client portion of this as well. Zach Regan, our office, handles this where agents can refer clients over to him. He will market to those clients, handle those, service those clients for you. Depending on the state you live in, there's a good chance that we could pay you a portion of the fee that is charged to the client as well. So a good way for you to, first of all, make a little money. And number two, know that that client's not at risk of losing to another advisor. And we also think it's important that, for those who maybe are studying to get their 65, have an outlet for those clients in the spectrum, in the middle time. We'll handle those clients for you. And when you pass your test, we will transfer all those clients directly to you. So we think it's really important to offer that to our agents. Whether you're considering getting your license, don't have no interest in it, know that you do have an outlet when it comes to the wealth management side and that we're here to help you and partner with you on that front as well. So if you do have interest in either potentially joining IMES Wealth Management or having us assist with servicing some of your clients on that front, just answer yes to the question. You will hear from either Duncan or Zach in my office later today, first thing tomorrow, and they'll get any questions answered for you. Alrighty. Next, I'm going to talk about trips because we all love trips. For those of you who may not be aware, we have an 18-month qualification for our Top Producer Summit. As you can see on the screen, it's going to be a really nice trip. A lot of great spots, starting in Rome and in Venice. I mean, it's going to be a great trip. 4.5 million trip credits to qualify. All your annuity, life, Medicare, long-term care, disability, any business you write with us counts toward this trip. So if you're curious where you stand, give your marketer a Dimes call. Actually, any person that answers the phone should be able to answer that for you. But we got plenty of time to qualify still. This runs through June 30th of next year. So 8, 9 months still to qualify, plenty of time. Encourage you to consider this trip. We're really excited. It's going to really be a great trip. So, last thing I'm going to chat about real quick is our Life and Annuity Academy. Um, we do these probably 2, 3, 4 times a year where we partner with one of the home offices, bring in 30 to 40 guys. And really, it's not annuities 101. It's not life insurance 101. These are in depth sales concept, techniques, ideas. How can we help you grow your business? Is the goal of these meetings. You're going to hear from some of our top producers who are going to fly in and teach you some of their marketing concepts, their marketing programs. Really at the end of this, we want to have a marketing plan put together for you and help you grow your business. So, all expense paid by IMES and the home offices. So, all covered. So if you are interested, we are not. We did our last one just a couple weeks ago, um, so won't have another one until 2022. But if you are interested, just go ahead and mark yes. That'll let us know that you are interested in attending one. So when we announce the dates for the next one, we can get that information out to you. So with that, I'm going to hand it on over to Tim Swoboda with SILAC, and he's going to do a little overview. I will close the poll first. A little overview on SILAC and their products, and from there we'll hand it over to Mike. So, Tim, it's all yours.
Perfect. Thanks, Laura. Good morning, everybody. Well, I don't want to take up a lot of time because I know everybody is looking forward to hearing from Mike and not just talking about product here, but just real quick, I just want to kind of go over our product portfolio to kind of bring light. But I always like to begin how it all started. So in 1935, that's when the magic started with Equitable. We're still Utah's active oldest life insurance company, but in 2018, that's when we really switched gears and focused on annuities. 2019, we launched our first indexed annuity. 2020, we launched Denali, which is just picking up a ton of steam. And then in 2021, we brought Raven Pack to light and brought them on our product portfolio. So here's where we stand. Believe it or not, so we've only been doing index annuities since 2019. We are ranked number 4 for independent agents, and FIA sales overall number 7. That is a big, big accomplishment considering we've only been in the index marketplace since 2019. We are currently rated a B+ with positive outlook with AM Best. We are actually sitting with AM Best right now. And we're really hopeful to get another upgrade, so pay attention to that. That is going to be some big, big news when we get those results back from AM Best for everyone. Now, with that, I want to begin with talking about our MYGA line. So our MYGA line is pretty unique. We have a 2- and 5-year chassis. It goes up to age 90 on our secure savings side. And we have liquid and also optional liquid available to the client. Here's how they look. Here's the current rates, all right? Secure savings, 175 on the 2-year, 27 on the 5-year, but take a look at that elite contract. A little bit higher rates over there. Why? Because we took out all those free withdrawals. Now they're not gone altogether. You can add them back in at a rate reduction, and those can be seen on the bottom of your on the screen right there. So your client can add one, they can add none, they can add all of them. It doesn't matter. So if they're strictly looking for a higher rate and they don't need to touch the money, go after that elite contract. If they want that liquidity on there, then the secure savings side is the way to go. Now we do offer spousal continuation on all of our contracts as you see there, but pay attention to that death benefit. Account values full death on secure savings. And unfortunately, because of the way it's priced, it's cash value on the elite. So just be careful with placing those products. But again, a big, big opportunity, especially in the 2-year marketplace. Not a lot of players in there, but still a phenomenal rate on the 5-year chassis as well. So let's talk about our indexed annuities now. So Teton was our very first indexed annuity. We brought back the accumulation focus to the index annuity space. Clean and simple structure. We got you covered whether you want long-term or short-term. We got a 7, 10, 14. How about a bonus and a non-bonus? We got that, all right? But the big thing about Teton is not only does it go to a max age of 90, but it offers a cumulative withdrawal feature that caps out at 30%. So if your client doesn't take any withdrawals, it can accumulate up to a maximum of a 30% free withdrawal. That is a big, big deal. And especially for clients that may be needing a big chunk of money later in life, and they didn't need to take any withdrawals earlier in the contract. So that is Teton, clean, simple, and accumulation focused. Now here are the basics. Like I said, max issue age 90 on the 7-year chassis, 85 on the 10, and 80 on the 14. Our minimum premium is $10,000. We do allow for additional premiums in the first 12 months. Guess what? If your client is in the bonus product, that additional premium gets the bonus. You, as the advisor, guess what? Also get paid on that additional premium. So another big advantage on the Teton chassis. And for those of you that say, hey, I got clients well over $1 million, they would have put 2, 3 with you. Can you take it? The answer is absolutely. Send us that large case form and we can look at it and get back to you. Now the rates for Teton, take a look at that, all right? Pretty phenomenal rates, right? For an accumulation clean and simple product. 2.5 on the fixed on the 14, 2 on the 7, but take a look at Raven Pack on the bottom. 95% par rate, 115 on the Teton 14. And take a look at that boost strategy, 0.75. That is a big, big deal, especially when we look at some of these rates on Denali coming up. Now the bonus, just pay attention on the bonus, all right? On the 7-year bonus, it is age banded. So 5 up to age 80, 81 to 90 is 2.5, but still some pretty impressive accumulation opportunities with those caps and rates. Now, yeah, they are slightly lower. Why? Because we're giving you a bonus up front. I think that's only fair, right? So there it is. We got you covered whether you want 7, 10, or 14-year chassis or a bonus and non-bonus. We just gave you a bunch of arrows to put in your quiver. All you got to figure out is which one is going to work best for the client with Teton. Now our Denali series is the one that I think is picking up the most steam. Like I said earlier, it is the accumulation and income focused play with SILAC. So just like Teton, we have the 7, 10, and 14-year version. We have a bonus and non-bonus, so we got you covered, right? But we also offer lifetime withdrawals, wellness withdrawals, and that all comes to the client with no fee. That's right. We have an income rider product that does not have a fee. That is a big, big deal. Why? Because the clients don't want to pay for their money, right? Why should they? So we're giving them these benefits all without a charge. Now here are the basics. Look at that, a 7-year contract with an income rider with a wellness benefit up to age 90 on. So that is a huge opportunity. I know most of these products stop at around age 80, 85. We go up to age 90 with those benefits. Our 10-year contract caps out at age 85 and our 14-year stops at age 80. Just like Teton, minimum premium $10,000, but we do allow for additional premiums, all right, in the first year. And that max premium without home office approval is $1 million. So take a look at those contracts. We got some pretty impressive solutions for your clients, whether they want just laser focused accumulation or accumulation and income without a fee. Now on the lifetime withdrawals, we are focused on a single engine driver. So everything is based on the account value, which means that we don't have any restrictions. So there's no maximum roll-up term, there's no benefit cap, nothing. Everything is linked to the account value. We do have a 1-year waiting period before income can be turned on, but because everything is linked to that single engine account value driver, step up. We've always talked about step up, right? But how many of you have ever seen it? There's probably no hands that have gone up. Step up is actually real and can be seen on Denali, which can increase clients' income automatically. All right, and we're going to take a look at a very simple case study just in a few minutes to show you how that step up actually works. Now, how does the lifetime withdrawal not work? You're thinking, well, Tim, if everything's based on the account value, how does this thing actually work? Well, it's simple. It's the account value times your lifetime withdrawal percentage. Again, we like clean and simple products, and we did that with Denali by how the lifetime withdrawal amount is calculated. But I don't want anybody to forget the other benefit with Denali. We have these wellness withdrawals. So if a client cannot perform 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living, we will increase their income for a maximum of 5 years. Now, there is a 2-year wait before this benefit can be activated, but on a single payout, we're going to double their income for a max of 5 years. Then it goes back to the normal income amount. And on a joint payout, we're going to do 1.5 times for a maximum of 5 years. And then it will revert back to the normal income payout. And again, how much is this costing your client? Nothing. There is no fee for this benefit on Denali. So a great way to show your clients, hey, you got income and you got this other benefit if you can't perform 2 out of 6 activities of daily living. Now, here are those caps and rates on Denali. Take a look at Ravenpack on the bottom. Over 100% par rates across the board. 115 on a 7-year contract. Now, before anybody can ask the question, Tim, is that a 2-year? Is that a 1-year? Guess what? All of our strategies are 1-year crediting strategies. So that is a big, big accumulation opportunity. 115 on the 7, 120 on the 10, and 140% on Denali 14. But take a look at the bonus. They are still awesome accumulation opportunities here. Now, unlike tea time, the bonuses are age banded across the board, as you see on the top of your screen. But still, some very impressive accumulation opportunities considering you're getting a pretty nice bonus at the beginning of the contract. Now, let's take a look at just a real simple case study. What I like to show is, hey, you know what? The 14 is great. The 10 is awesome. But let's look at the 7, right? So we're going to look at the 100. We're going to look at the Denali 7. We're going to put in $100,000. We're going to defer income for 10 years. And just to be fair, all right, just to kind of show diversification, we're going to put 50% in Atlas and 50% in Ravenpack. All right, let's see how this performs. Well, when you run an illustration with SILAC, this is what you're going to see. On the top right-hand corner, you got that annual effective rate, 7.89%. Wow, you're thinking, but what is it? Well, that's just the average of the first 10 years. But take a look at some of that powerful performance. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of double-digit returns. That is a big driver to really boost that account value, right? Now remember, with Denali, everything is linked to the account value. So after 10 years, our account value grew from 100 to 213. We started taking income. Boom, the client's going to get 11,754. Don't forget about the wellness benefit. So if they can't perform 2 out of 6, their income will double on a single, which is what's illustrated here, 1.5 times on a joint. All right. But let's say they didn't activate that wellness benefit. Let's say they took out the regular 11,754 as we showed earlier. Look at what happened to the account value. All right, it grew. What does that mean? Step up happened. Next year, the client's going to get 12,262 off of the awesome opportunity of performance using these indexing selections. But that is just incredible. We got increasing income on Denali with step up. But better yet, all the way out at age 80. Remember, we started this contract with 100. We started taking withdrawals out. Our account value just at a point of age 80 is over $250,000. All right, that is a big deal. So we still got accumulation happening. We took out over $134,000 from this contract. If we add those two benefits together, the total benefit at age 80 is almost $390,000. That is a big, big deal when you're looking at a product that not only can provide lifetime income, the opportunity for step up, wellness benefits, no fees, but still the opportunity to have an account value later on in the contract to be provided to those beneficiaries as maybe a wealth transfer opportunity. Who knows? But it is there with that accumulation opportunity. Now with that, I want to mention just 2 of our proprietary indices. We have Atlas. Atlas, some quick highlights. It's a global diversification over equities and bonds. Here they are on your screen here. It is a volatility control index with a 5% target volatility. Just some real quick bullet points on Atlas. It is truly a global index, all right? It can rebalance itself daily. So with that, we like to give Atlas the tagline, being at the right place at the right time. Now, the Atlas strategy is all one-year strategies, just like RavenPack. There are no fees. It is available in every state the product is available in. However, we are restricted on illustrations, and there's the restrictions there. But for more information on Atlas, go to that hyperlink or take a picture of that screen, go to that website, awesome material. Now, I don't want to focus not only on Atlas, but I want to get to the most exciting part, the RavenPack AI Index, all right? Now, with RavenPack AI, this is incredible because what we like to do is we like to bring things to the table that don't compete with what we already have. And RavenPack did that because it complements the S&P and our Atlas Index beautifully, all right? It is a index that's focused on the S&P 500, but sectors of the S&P 500, all right? And Mike's probably saying, Tim, don't give away the store. I haven't even spoke yet. So I'm going to touch briefly on those 11 sectors. It does that off of a keyword and how it picks those sectors quarterly with a word called sentiment. And I know Mike's going to talk about that and give you all more detail in just a few minutes. Now, the RavenPack Index is another volatility control index with a 5% target volatility. And it controls that volatility by looking at the 2-year Treasury futures and also the 10-year Treasury futures, okay? Real simple. Like I said, I'm not going to get into a bunch of detail. I'm going to let the expert talk about that in just a few minutes. But with RavenPack, you're going to hear some steps. This is simply how RavenPack works, all right? And I'm not going to go over these steps. I know Mike's going to get into that. But as some highlights before I turn it over to Mike, here is the information for RavenPack, all right? Again, all one-year strategies, there's no fees. We got consistent renewals on RavenPack, all right? And believe it or not, this index went live in 2017. Now, again, just like Atlas, it is available in all states the products are available in. However, we are restricted just where it can't be illustrated, and you can see those on your screen there. But there's a great website for more information after this webinar to check out the Credit Suisse RavenPack AI Index. So with that, Mike, I'm going to turn it over to you. I think I did a pretty good job not taking up too much of your time, but I know everybody wants to hear the expert talk about RavenPack and the story it goes along and exactly how it works.
Tim, thank you very much. You did a great job. Hopefully I can provide a little bit more detail and wait for a little bit of question and answer. First of all, I just want to make sure everybody can see my screen. If not, if you can put it into the chat and I'll adjust it.
No, it looks good. We can see it good.
Terrific. Innovation has been a focal point for investors for decades, and artificial intelligence has been on the cutting edge of that thematic, especially given the explosion of data analytics and decentralization of information. So again, my name is Mike Heraty, and I am the head of institutional solutions at Credit Suisse. As part of today's panel, Finding Clarity in Chaos, I am here today to talk about the RavenPack Artificial Intelligence Index. I'll walk through the training deck on the index, and after that short presentation, I'll be happy to field any questions or comments. But first, I want to, if you can see on the screen on the right, is our website. And right here is a great informative video. And as great of a job as Tim did explaining kind of the high-level points, this video is just a great way for agents, as well as this website is available to policyholders to get a sense of what this index is all about. So I'm going to move towards the presentation here. So first I'll talk about partnership. And so SILAC is a great partner, IMS is a great partner, but I'll talk a little bit about the powerful partnership that we've had with RavenPack dating back to 2017. Now, since 2003, they have been a leading data analytics provider for financial services. They have access to data on more than 190,000 sources in over 200 countries. Their research, technology, and solutions help clients enhance returns, reduce risk, and increase efficiency by systematically incorporating the effects of public information in their models and workflows. And in the spirit of innovation, Credit Suisse created an intersection of RavenPak's capabilities with our long-standing quantitative investment solutions effort. Credit Suisse has over 30 billion QIS assets under management, and the RavenPak AI index is the fastest growing part of our platform. Dare I say it's the crown jewel. So let me summarize. Just at a high level, the Credit Suisse RavenPak Artificial Intelligence Index is a multi-asset index that implements a sector rotation process driven by news sentiment and aims at delivering stable returns. Tim touched on it. Now I'll go through some of the details. First, let's talk about how the index is constructed. First, we allocate to equities. And this is exposure to selected sectors in the U.S. economy. So unlike Atlas, this has a home bias. And it's based on news analytics algorithm developed by RavenPak. Secondly, we allocate to fixed income. That's for diversification purposes. Credit Suisse uses a very innovative and defensive approach to this, which I'll explain in a bit. And third, a daily risk control mechanism. This is a process to adjust the exposure to the multi-asset allocation, and it's based on risk. The goal is to stabilize the overall performance of the index, and I'll show how that has worked a little later in the presentation. So let's go through some more details. So the RavenPak index focuses on the U.S. large cap stocks, and the S&P 500 has 11 different sector components, which are listed here. This is the investable universe and the components for selection of the RavenPak index. Now let's talk about the RavenPak and their algorithm. Think of all the news feeds and the vast amount of information that is disseminated every single day, every minute. RavenPak harnesses that data from hundreds of thousands of sources and uses its proprietary news analytics algorithm to analyze it within milliseconds. That analysis assigns a positive or a negative score. It's a technological advancement known as natural language processing. At the bottom of this page, you'll see how this process works in practice. On the left shows the input, news stories on the universe of S&P 500 stocks. They're filtered based on keyword categorization. Then RavenPak's automated processing takes over and analyzes the data. This is the secret sauce, if you will. And then out comes the output. And it's a scoring system based on sentiment for these stocks. And by sentiment, I mean the artificial intelligence engine can tell if it's positive or negative, and it assigns a positive score based on relevance, novelty, as well as the underlying event, and then ranks them. And I'll talk a little bit more about how that gets aggregated. But first, let's go back to the equity component. How does RavenPak's selection process work? First, it filters all the available news based on a number of factors. Then it is averaged into a composite sentiment score for each stock. These stocks are aggregated at the sector level, and then the 4 sectors with the most positive sector scores are selected for the final equity component. The sectors are weighted in proportion to their size as well as their overall risk. Now let's talk about step 2, diversification by using fixed income. When we add the fixed income, the default is 10-year U.S. Treasuries. It's liquid and it's performed well over the last several years. However, there's a defensive risk-off trigger in our index in a rising rate or inflationary environment. In those cases, it will shift the fixed income allocation to 2-year Treasuries, which are less sensitive to interest rate fluctuations. And if you go on our website and you click the Allocation tab, so that's here on the right, you'll see that we're in a risk-off situation right now where we have 50% allocated to 2 years and 50% of the fixed income allocation to 10 years. And that's a result of a lot of different things, but interest rates have been rising recently, and this has reacted appropriately. Going back to the presentation, let's talk about the risk control mechanism. I hear you. In my conversations with agents over the years, the topic of risk control or vol targets comes up all the time. But please note that the market share and the sheer number of custom indices within FIA that have vol target has grown tremendously. And I think the video does a great job of explaining this through visualization. So that can help the agent as well as policyholders understand what the purpose is and how it works. But at a high level, it's worth highlighting that the fundamental objective of risk control is to mitigate the impact of market fluctuations and to stabilize index returns. And by fluctuation, I mean volatility. So if you look at the bottom of this page, you can see how the index is managed. If realized volatility is greater than 5%, and that's the target, then the exposure to the multi-asset allocation decreases and exposure to cash increases. And vice versa, if realized volatility is less than 5%, then exposure to the multi-asset allocation increases and exposure to cash increases. So I'll talk a little bit more about that and show how that's done over time. But bottom line, you put all this together and the index has demonstrated stable and consistent returns over time. And that's what it was built to do. And this is all on the website, and the dates can be changed for different time periods. So if you'll see on this tab of performance, you can see the monthly returns, but you can also change the date here for different types of time periods. This is what it's done since it's been live. Here it is, been year to date, last 6 months, etc. Moving on to page 13. This shows how the potential for stable and consistent returns gets reflected in the asset allocation mix. I want to point to two events here, the global financial crisis and COVID. You'll see that the index de-risks out of equities and into fixed income in both situations, but then quickly reinvests into equities so that it can enjoy some positive performance in the rebound. Again, in some of these tough times, like the financial crisis as well as COVID, the index did very, very well. And so that's by design. Now let's talk about the actual allocation of the equity component. And this is what Tim has asked me because it's of interest of like where's the algorithm allocating to. It's very intuitive. As of September 2nd, no surprise, a lot of allocation to technology. That makes a lot of sense. It's done really, really well during COVID, and it continues to do so. And then it's followed by consumer as well as industrials. And then rounding that out is energy. And I think with commodity prices rising, it's been a nice value play for this particular index. And you can see all of that in the index fact sheet on the right. Well, you'll see the allocation of the equity component in the different sectors, as well as up-to-date performance metrics for each month. So with that, I certainly have gone through all the details, but everybody loves an elevator pitch. So on page 15 here, I have a 30-second version as well as a 60-second version. Absolutely feel free to use this, but everybody wants to hear it differently. If you want to do a deep dive, I think, or learn about it on your own, I really think the website is a great resource. But this agent training pack, I think, is also a way to answer a lot of frequently asked questions. And that's where you can find out more information on the index. So with that, I wanted to close the presentation. Absolutely happy to answer any questions, and certainly want to thank SILAC again, as well as IMES, for their great partnership.
Well, appreciate that, Mike, and don't have any questions as of now. I will say to all the attendees, I do have a copy of Mike's presentation, and in that is the link to the video. There's a really great 4 or 5 minute video that really dives into some of the index as well, so really tells a good story. So we'll get that up to you. So you will be getting an email from Dustin in my office with the materials that were covered on here. And then, when we're looking at SILAC, SILAC's been a premier partner of IMES for a while now. You get great accumulation, you got free income. We've got custom indexes. What I love about their products is the combination. You've got global index and US indexes working together and really can lead to really great returns. So appreciate Mike, first of all, taking time out of your day to join us. The last thing I'm going to do is, if you are looking at getting appointed and with SILAC, obviously we're going to get information out to you. Just go ahead and answer yes to the poll question. We'll get the contracting link sent out to you as well if you aren't already appointed. Would love to get that stuff out to you. But if you do have any other questions, I will be following up with each of you individually, myself, to answer additional questions you may have as well. So with that, again, appreciate everyone taking time out of your day. Thank you, Mike and Tim, for joining us, and hope you have a great Thursday.